Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/ProRevenge. Today we have 3 stories for you about Karen. Next story about a terrible boss. We start with a warm-up story. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're new here and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video every single day. Here we go. Let me know what you owe me? No problem. So this happened a while ago back in college. I was working at a gas station for cash under the table, as well as doing some side gigs, paying my own way through school. I worked with an irresponsible fellow we'll call Dave. Dave was also going to school, but on his parents' dime, so wasn't as busy, harried, or desperate as yours truly, just working for rent and beer money. Dave worked the graveyard shift, midnight to 8 a.m. I worked the shift before, 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. We didn't have a time clock or anything, and we got paid for the shifts we were scheduled for. Well, Dave started coming in late, just 5 or 10 minutes most nights, but it really annoyed me because I wasn't getting paid for that time, and he was. Finally, one night when I called his house at 12:10 and his roommate said he was still playing video games, he lived about 15 minutes away, I had it. I laid into him. When he finally walked in the door a full half hour into his shift, he put on the whole reasonable guy being confronted by frothy-mouthed, unhinged coworker routine, eyes wide, hands up, etc., and told me to let him know on payday what he owed me. I'd considered going to the owner of the gas station, but then I had a better idea. I started keeping track of every minute he was late. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, sometimes 15 or 20. Weeks went by, and I'm sure he thought he was off the hook. I was being really nice, telling him to take his time getting in, no rush. Then, the week before finals, I walked into the store when he was covering a day shift for someone, pulled the schedule off the wall, and handed it to him. "Which 2 shifts do you want to take?" I asked. He looked at me funny. Then he realized what I was saying, rolled his eyes, and reached for his wallet. No. Leave your wallet where it is. I don't want your money. I want your time. I handed him the graph where I had meticulously recorded every minute he had been late. "You owe me 16 hours, 2 shifts. Pick them." "Dude, it's a week before finals," he whined. I told him I didn't get to pick which nights he came in late, so he didn't get to pick the week he paid me back. Unless he wanted me to hand the graph to our boss. He didn't. I had plenty of time to study that week. Aced the finals. And our next story. Try to prank me? Good luck getting your camper back with a lot of cash. My wife's best friend, I'll call Karen. A harpy from hell. She makes everyone, even my wife, sometimes miserable. She also thinks she's smarter than everyone and just stuck up enough to believe no one would dare cross her. So a friend of ours, I'll call Bill, bought a piece of property next door to us. He had a bad car accident in November and lives an hour away. He made me a legal agent of the property, which means I have almost as much power as he does. Think property manager. It has a small house on it that's unoccupied, but I keep an eye on things. He bought the property only because next to the house is a big asphalt parking lot. It used to be a lot for a small used car company. His reasoning was that during the bad winter months, he could park equipment and trucks from his other companies there. So he had me put up huge "no parking, violators will be towed at owner's expense" signs all around it. Moving on. So Sunday, I'm elbow deep into an RC submersible when my wife bursts into my study, yells for me to listen to something. I take the phone, and who is doing a live video? Karen. Karen was talking about how she was going away for a few days. This was Sunday morning because she was so stressed out from always giving people advice and helping them through their problems, etc. And then she mentioned again why my wife told me. She talked about how she parked her 46-foot fifth wheel, $35,000 camper next door to me, and seeing Bill was unreachable this week, I would have to look at it for the next 3 days as a reminder that she's not only smarter, but 10 moves ahead of me, and I'm a jerk because I wouldn't loan her a truck and it cost her money to rent one. Turns out she told her husband, who's gone during the week for work, that she had Bill's permission to put it there, so early Sunday morning he towed it over there. I was PO'd. She has a tendency to lie, so I went outside and there it was. Parked right there in the middle of the lot was her camper. I actually smiled because I had a perfect plan. As being a manager of the property, I also had a right to have any vehicle towed off there, including that one. I had two options. Call Garage A, owned by a nice guy, doesn't charge the state maximum for the tow and storage fees, explain what happened, and he might cut you a break. Then there's Garage B. He doesn't care if he has to tow your car 15 feet, he's charging you the max and always charges the maximum storage fees. So you're damn right I went with Garage B. Called the guy, gave him my name, told him I manage the property and bring a fifth wheel. He had it gone in less than a half hour. This is the best part yet, my friends. I didn't tell her it was towed until yesterday morning. Yes, I waited from Sunday afternoon till Tuesday morning. Yesterday morning, she's on Facebook live streaming from her car, talking about how she's going to visit her camper for another laugh. Then I got on live. My wife sent her a message to get on my live stream like now and post the link to my page. When she was viewing, I said this: "Hey, Karen, hope you had a wonderful time. I have to tell you something. I had your camper towed. With me being the property's manager and Bill being unavailable, I had to have it towed. We can't let people think that they can just park there illegally. XYZ Tow has the camper. I was going to call you Sunday, but you seemed so stressed out that I thought you deserved a break. I mean, the camper is safe. That's all that matters, right?" Well, Facebook lit up like a Christmas tree. As I'd hoped, those watching her stream followed because, well, they were curious too. Then the messages started. A few condemned me, but most were supportive. Some thought it was about time someone showed her that she wasn't all-powerful and no one was scared of her. Then it went quiet. Now, a normal person might be PO'd, but understandable. She went the wounded Karen route. That afternoon, she got back on again. She was crying, fake crying, about how it was going to cost her over $2,000 in fees because her husband wouldn't be back until Friday to tow it back, and could someone please do it for her? A bonus I was hoping would happen, and that if she started a GoFundMe page, would people donate to help her pay the fees? The answers were between no and F no. But hey, she didn't threaten to sue me at least, right? Side note, Bill's unavailable this week except to certain people, which I am a part of. I called him and told him the whole story. His answer was exactly, "Good. You want to play games? Then be prepared to lose." The camper's still there. No one volunteered to get it. A few said they would for gas money, but she tried to play it off as if it would be helping her, and she owed so much in fees that she would owe them a favor. A favor no one could collect on because she has nothing to bargain with. And our last story. You're a dishwasher. Wash down these dangerous kitchen knives. This story comes from one of my previous jobs when I was a dishwasher at a local convention center. Because it was a convention center, many different events were held during weekend nights. The events always involved 300 plus people, and that meant the server team had to wait until they all clear out to start cleaning up everything, and the dishwashing team had to wait for them, which meant our jobs went until 2 to 3 a.m., when our shifts were supposed to end around 12 to 1 a.m. Most servers understood what we were going through and were nice enough to clean up huge food scraps off the plates and trays, so all we had to do was run it through the dishwashing machine once. Now, as dishwashers, we were supposed to wash down pretty much everything except for kitchen knives. Servers used kitchen knives to cut cakes or cooked meat, and it was their job to clean them down. The water that we used to soak kitchenwares got murky really quick, and you can guess how dangerous it was for someone to try and grab sharp knives. I even heard one of the ex-dishwashers sliced his wrist open almost to the tendon. Plus, the water was really dirty, so any cuts you make on your hands had a high risk of infection. As such, dirty kitchen knives weren't allowed at all in the dishwashing area. It was clearly stated in the company policy book. Almost every server didn't mind washing down the knives as they were simple tasks as opposed to the number of stuff dishwashers wash down. Enter JCM, the jerk catering manager. He joined our convention center about 2 months after I started to work there, and he immediately made clear he wasn't there to make connections. He was so business-oriented and profit-focused, making the server team do all the heavy lifting while he casually talked with the event planners. He was one of those people who smiled and laughed with the guests while going all gung-ho to the servers and even the dishwashers. We were part of kitchen staff, which was a separate department from the catering group, meaning JCM had no jurisdiction over us. Many complaints were made from both the servers and dishwashers, to which JCM completely denied and said, They're just being lazy and don't want to do their job. I have the hardest job of managing both the guests and the staff. One night it was particularly busy and both the servers and dishwashers were busting their butts. It was so busy to the point where we had to wash down the dirty plates twice so they could be used again. I was pretty much the dishwasher team and was running back and forth between the dishwashing area and behind the curtain area collecting dishes and managing temporary staff. I'm really not the type to multitask, so I was flustered. JCM comes into the dishwashing area while holding a dirty kitchen knife. Hey, I'm going to need you guys to wash this down. But I thought that was the server's job. Well, we're a little busy. I'm going to need you to wash this down. Do you need it immediately? No. Then why don't you guys wash it down when everything is settling down? I'm the catering manager here. If I say this needs to get washed down, this gets washed down. And why exactly should we listen to you? Because I am your boss. No, you're not. Executive chef's name is. Just leave it soaking in the dishwater then. If you're the manager, then you should be following the company rules. Did I mention he was swinging the knife around while talking? As in, while pointing at me while standing really close? JCM did not like my response and slammed the knife into one of the waters. I do not want to see that knife brought back. Do it or all of you are fired. Then he stomped his way out of the kitchen. All of the dishwashers were stunned to what they just witnessed. I calmly told everyone to wash everything that we're supposed to wash down except for the knife. In the end, as we were cleaning down everything, I decided to leave the unwashed knife in the pit as I was told. I told the rest of the dishwashers and servers to do the same. The next day, I wrote a profound email to my boss, other leadership figures, servers, and the parental company of the convention center. I told them about all the crap that went down, how I decided to comply with JCM's violation of company policy, and if he tried to deny everything, I told them to check CCTV. It may not have recorded sounds, but it certainly should have caught him in the act. On my next shift, there was an envelope in my cubby. The envelope contained a letter and a $50 Amazon gift card. The letter stated how grateful the company was to be standing up to JCM. JCM was given a choice of volunteer leave or face disciplinary actions with termination, and he chose the former. They asked me to accept the gift card as a sign of appreciation, which I did. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.